May I be super real with you for a moment? Most people will never build financial freedom for them and those they love. And the reasons are many, but there is one overarching reason I witness over and over again. They don't want it badly enough. I'll never forget a guy I met who wanted to buy my training, and for his own privacy, I'm going to call him Bobby. And he goes, "Seth, I can't afford it." And I said, "Do you believe, Bobby, that this training can bring you the financial wealth you desire for you and your family?" And he replied, "Yes, I know it can. I just can't afford it." And then I said, "Okay, then let me be brutally honest with you. You can't afford it because you don't want it badly enough." "What do you mean?" Bobby asked. And I said, "Look at it this way. If your mom was dying of cancer and had 2 weeks to live and you needed $1 million to save her life, would you find the $1 million? And he paused thoughtfully. He thought for a minute and then he goes, "Yes, I would." And then I said, "Okay, so help me understand how you could find $1 million for your mom, but you can't afford $20,000 for a training program that could make you more wealth in 12 months than you've made your entire life." And Bobby goes, "Well, we're talking about my mom's life." And I said, "Yes, I get that. And I'm talking about your family's future. If you could find the $1 million for your mom, why could you not find the $20,000 for your family's future?" "Well," he said after a pause, "it's because I would do whatever it takes to save my mom's life." "Exactly," I said. "And until you reach that level of desire to build financial freedom for you and your family, you won't." Here's the issue. When it comes to a disaster that is headed our way, we are phenomenal as humans at overcoming obstacles and finding a solution. But if the disaster does not feel imminent or about to happen, it's just kind of waiting or slowly chipping away at us, we aren't as urgent. And for some reason, that sense of ability to overcome unseen or even visible obstacles reduces greatly. Here is why most people struggle to want it badly enough. Because it requires extraordinary desire. Wishing and hoping result in absolutely nothing. To achieve extraordinary financial freedom, you must start with extraordinary desire. And I know some believers, followers of Jesus, they're going to cringe at that. They're going to, "Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to want to be rich." That is not what I'm talking about. The Bible's so clear on this. If your desire for riches is simply to be rich, so you have security, so that this is your end goal, so you've made it, so you're like that rich man that Jesus talked about who had a really good season in his crops, and then he built even bigger barns and said, "Now I'm going to just be happy and rest and be merry." And Jesus says, "You fool, tonight your soul is required of you." That is not what I'm talking about. Money is simply a tool. That's it. And if your desire to make enough money to create freedom, because guess what? If you're broke, it's really hard to help people. If your desire to make money and build financial freedom is weak, then you never will get there. And until you get there, nothing else works. Now, by the way, just for the record, within 2 weeks, Bobby found the $20,000 needed, and today he is a millionaire, maybe a multimillionaire now. This story is exactly why I do not work with dabblers or tire kickers or people who treat financial freedom like a hobby. Like, let me give you an example. If I want my marriage to thrive, my marriage will never thrive until my desire for a thriving marriage is so white hot that I will do whatever it takes to enjoy a thriving marriage. Now, here's why this is so important. Your level of execution will never surpass your level of desire. Let me put it like this. To make enough money that you and your family never have to worry about a bill again the rest of your life and have freedom to give to those in need and help others, you have to execute. But to execute at the level needed to achieve your financial goal, your desire must be white hot. If I was to break this into a formula, it'd be like this. White hot desire times consistent execution equals financial freedom. And what I love about this concept is it's at the top. Like, you could have the perfect funnel, the perfect strategy, the perfect course, the perfect sales, all those things. But if the desire is not white hot, why are you wasting your time? By God's grace alone, I've been able to achieve this more than once in my life. And that is why today I'm committed to giving whatever resources I can to help you do this too. Go to SethKniep.com or just click the link below if you want more content like this every day.